again showing off her velvet touch. What speed, what athleticism, what an incredible shot to finish it off. 30 love. Karolina Muchova, take a bow. Sakkari just cannot believe what hit her. Look at her just hone in on that ball, watching it, hoping it lands out, but hoping beyond hope. 30 love. Muchova serving. Gets this first serve in, chop back. Forehand now from Muchova. Good depth on that, but Sakkari doesn't deal with it. 40 love, and we have 3 match points for Karolina Muchova. What a great set for Karolina Muchova indeed. Okay. So, 3 match points here. Karolina Muchova for a spot in the final. She's had a match point come and go already. This one clips the net and lands in this first serve. Of course, the previous match point came on the Maria Sakkari serve. Sakkari got herself out of the hole, but I doubt she's going to get out of this hole. 5-1, 40 love. Muchova serving. Where are you going to go with this first serve? Into the backhand. She's done it with an unreturned serve. She adjusts her hair, puffs out her cheeks, whacks the spare ball into the crowd. She is into the WTA 1000 final in Doha in the Qatar Open, where Victoria Mboko lies in wait. Mboko, of course, winning her set in straight sets today, was down 2 love in the early stages to Yelena Ostapenko before coming back to win that one comfortably in straight sets. This one, though, was anything but comfortable for Karolina Muchova, who lost the first set by 6-3, and in fact, lost 5 games in a row across the end of the first set and beginning of the second, that saw Maria Sakkari up a set and a break. And yet, Karolina Muchova was not done. She breaks back, and then she breaks again, and we see Muchova serving for the second set, and yet Maria Sakkari doesn't let her take it. She breaks back, but then Muchova has other ideas once again, and she breaks back immediately. In fact, Muchova goes on a run of winning games that sees her basically leading comfortably in that third set as Sakkari faded away. Who could forget that horrible smash she had on top of the net? But listen, what a match and what a set of tennis from Karolina Muchova there. Will it be enough, though, to see Karolina end up taking the title in Doha? We're going to preview that final right now against Victoria Mboko. The head-to-head between these two, by the way, well, they've never played before. So, never played before, but Mboko, does she have the momentum? Well, she'll certainly be the fresher of the two, having spent a lot less time on court in their respective semi-finals. And, of course, Mboko played her semi-final first. But Mboko's run to the final, by the way, has not been easy. She had a comfortable first couple of wins over Buskova and then Zvonareva. Check that one for the pronunciation, in the rounds of 64 and 32. But who could forget that epic comeback where she saved a match point against Mira Andreeva in the round of 16. Mira obviously very disappointed to lose that one. And then Mboko did to Rybakina what Mboko does to Elena Rybakina, winning in 3 tight, dramatic sets in the quarterfinal before setting up her semi-final with Yelena Ostapenko today, where she came back from an early breakdown and ultimately was just too good for Yelena as Yelena faded away despite a little bump in the road as Mboko was trying to serve it out in the second set, and she prevailed there quite comfortably. She is ready for this stage as she's making her top 10 breakthrough in the new up-to-date rankings next week, Victoria, no matter what happens in the final against Karolina Muchova. Muchova, by the way, her run to the final until today had been pretty comfortable. Round of 64, straight sets win over Christian, a straight sets win over Valentova. Remember, Valentova swatted aside Alex Iala in the first round, but a straight sets win for Muchova over her fellow Czech Valentova, 1-4. Then Muchova gets a walkover against Pliskova in the round of 16, also a fellow Czech. Then Muchova beats Kalinskaya in straight sets before prevailing today in 3, coming from a set down against Maria Sakkari. What can we expect in this final? Well, we've got Mboko, arguably the young charge on the tour that we should be looking out for. That young charge used to be Mira Andreeva, but perhaps Mboko is coming past her. And maybe it's Mboko who might be winning the first Grand Slam amongst all these youngsters on the tour and not Mira Andreeva. But that is a discussion for another day. The discussion right now is Karolina Muchova against Victoria Mboko. Also, in terms of pattern of play, well, Mboko really solid, strong off both wings, barely a weakness, but she is going to get made to move around that court. Keep an eye out as well on the arm injury that seems to be there for Mboko, but it hasn't seemed to hamper her thus far in this tournament. We just see some strapping there on the arm. Muchova, by the way, suave, sophisticated, experienced. She will bring all of that to the court and more tomorrow. But Muchova, remember, has never won a WTA 1000 title. Her opponent, Victoria Mboko, has in Canada last year, memorably. Muchova lost her two 1000 finals, both to Coco Gauff. Well, at least she won't be playing Coco tomorrow. But who will win? I'm going to go for Victoria Mboko in 3 sets, breaking the hearts of the Czech fans, and Muchova once again in a big final. Remember, Muchova has also not won a Grand Slam final, having lost to the French Open final to Iga Swiatek in 2023. She's also lost each of her 1000 finals, and I think she's going to lose again tomorrow, probably in 3 sets. More heartache for her and more joy and glory for Victoria Mboko. Thanks for joining, and you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.